Kicks Comics, where people with ordinary talents become extraordinary heroes. Are you a Kick? In this video, I'm going to go back to where I should have started the series, which is the beginning of the comic making process, except I didn't originally know that I'd be making comics. For me, the process started with a story. Comic creators that are both artists and storyteller may have a different approach to creating comics, but I am first and foremost a writer. That means it starts as a story. Kicks started out as a short story. A call for submissions went out, and I loved the idea of writing a story from the point of view of someone who wasn't the main hero. Immediately, I thought superhero sidekicks. I wrote the story and it was accepted into this anthology. After I signed the contract giving the publisher the right of first publication, I realized that this was a great story and I needed to do something more with it than just having it published in an anthology. So I decided to turn it into a full-blown graphic novel. By the way, the call for submissions is a notice publishers give when they want people to submit stories for their magazine or anthology. They will give the specifics of what they want and what they are willing to give in exchange for that. That includes payment information, desired length of story, genre, and any theme they want, like sidekick stories. The material in my short story covered everything that happened in issue number 1. But that wasn't going to be enough for a full-blown graphic novel, so I extended the story, which required me to really put my mind into what it meant to be a Kick and what the Kick world would be like. By the time I finished, I had enough material for 3 normal issues that I could combine into a single graphic novel. Making a comic meant I had to learn a new form of writing, comic strips. They're similar to movie scripts, as you can see from the image of page 1. The biggest difference is how I had to change the way I thought about stories. Comic scripts are divided into pages and then have a description for each panel. That meant I had to think visually about the story I was telling, how it should look, how I want the images to progress on the page. I had to find ways to make use of the background to give visual clues to the reader about what was happening. It opened new possibilities for me, making use of the entire panel as a way to provide information. I could place items that might not initially stand out, but readers could catch the second or third time reading the story, or when they reached a point in the story where they wondered if the story element had been introduced earlier, and see that I had left a clue about what they could expect in the future. It also meant that I needed to pace my story, that something interesting happened in the last panel of each page. Something that would make readers want to flip the page and find out what happened next. In a way, it was telling micro stories on each page, and I loved it. That is how it all started at Kicks. I have all 3 episodes written and outlines for 8 more graphic novels featuring Law Boy and Justice. Thanks for checking in with us here at Kicks. More videos on how Kicks makes comics will be posted as we receive the art.